Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Hey, at least this class isn't at 8 o'clock, right? We have several things to get to today. The first of which I want to return. I have a few pages of homework that I graded, and I'd like to return those to you. I'll take a minute to do that. Is Glenn here today?
He's coming.
He's coming?
Yeah.
Okay. Because your ear training assignment today, the melodic dictations, they were all on pages where you have answers available to look at. I am not going to collect your ear training assignment today. I usually don't when answers are available, although I have collected assignments before when answers are available, just to make sure students are doing them. But again, that's pretty rare. So I won't be doing that. What I would like to do, however, is get our voices going and warming them up. We're going to sing together one of the assigned melodies you had for today. So if you would open your sight singing book to page 16. Page 16, we'll look at the bottom example there, number 215. And we'll all sing together as a class. Again, it seems to me like this class gets smaller by one person almost every week. Pretty soon we'll be down to just a handful. Well, we'll see. So, melody 215, who can tell me what key that melody is in? Anyone? A major. Yeah, that's right, A major. We have 3 sharps in the key signature, and the piece or the tune ends on A. So that means it definitely is A major. So I'm going to give us an A on the piano, and then we're going to warm up with a scale and then sing this together. Ooh, somebody opened the piano. That's typically all we get. We just get the tonic note or the starting pitch of the key. So, I've got to switch my mask. If you haven't switched your mask already, please do so. All right, here we go. Let's do the scale with signs first, please. Here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And it appears that we start on do for melody 215. I think it goes down, I'm looking in the second line, it goes down to a low sol. I think I can still sing it low, but choose your own octaves, choose your own range. Who can tell me what we do with our right hand for 215? Conduct, that's right. Notice we start on B4. So what I'll do is I'll give us 3 beats as preparation, and then we'll come together on B4. Well, you know what? I might be able to sing this up high. I think I'll sing this up higher. I changed my mind. Here we go. How about a tempo of 1, 2, 3. Do, re, mi, re, Do you guys mind if I, this is a habit, do you mind if I just have the division of the beat while we go so it keeps us all together a little better? You're welcome to do that, by the way, if you want, although you're not required. But if you've already got this down, then go ahead and practice tapping the eighth notes. All right, here we go again. I'm going to sing this one an octave lower. How about a tempo of 1, 2, 3. Do, re, mi, re. Re, mi, fa, fa, mi. Mi, re, re, mi, fa. Mi, re, do, do, re, mi. Re, do, ti, la, sol, la, ti, do. All right, that's better. That's certainly better. Okay, well, hopefully seeing through that twice was a good warm-up for your vocal cords. What I'd like to do is, as usual, I'd like to draw 2 names from the bag unless I have some volunteers. And I'd like to hear whoever volunteers or whoever is drawn on melody 213 and melody 214. They're both on the same page as the one we just sang. So 213 and then 214. Do I have any takers? Anyone that hasn't sung already, I should say. Do I have any takers? Okay. All right, so the first name I have, and this will be for 213. Let's see here. Tyler. Okay. 213. And then the next name I have for 214 is Libby. And this is just so that we can get, practice. I need to hear you singing individually, get you practice and have you singing. By the time, we've gone through at least a semester of this class, especially if you stay in the same class all the way through your oral skills, you'll have no aversions, no sweat to singing in front of your classmates, even though I don't make you come up here. Did Mrs. DeFora, does she make people stand up in front? Okay, that's fine. I would do that. Okay, so Tyler, 213, what key are you in?
Is it D?
Look at the key signature and the last note of 213.
Oh, yeah. G.
G, that's right. I don't know what your vocal range is. Are you more of a tenor or a bass or
tone?
you're a baritone?
Yeah, sure.
Then you could be able to reach this. You start your scale down there for me.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Fine. Now, can you go up and find your sol?
Do, re, mi, fa, sol.
Yeah. So that would be your first note.
Yep.
And you will need to conduct this one rather than hand sign it.
Okay. Sol, sol, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, do.
All right, I think we're going to try it again, but this time we're going to see if we can get the conducting ironed out. I know it's kind of hard to start on an offbeat or an upbeat, but I would go, 1, 2, 3. Now I don't know if I've got the right pitch for you, but
It'd be nice if we did.
conducting.
Sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, ti, do.
Hey, that's a huge improvement. Yeah. Does it help to hear the beat?
Yeah.
If you want to snap when you conduct, that's fine. Yeah, that was a huge improvement. Way to go. Nice job. Thank you. And then next I'd like to hear from Libby. Melody 214, do you know what key you're in?
Is that B flat?
That's right, B flat major. Are you more of an alto or soprano?
Probably also.
Probably an alto? This will probably work for you then. Can I hear your scale starting there, please?
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Very nice. And you start on a high do, it looks like, but you do hand signs.
And then just start lower.
Yeah, if you can think of a tempo, yeah, just start. I can't sing that high. Okay.
Oh shoot, can I start over again?
Yeah, no, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. This is, well, no, go right ahead.
Okay. Do, ti, do, re. Do, ti, do, sol. Fa, mi, fa. Mi, re, mi. Re, do, re. Mi, re, do, re. Mi, re, do.
Yeah, see, you got it. You got the pitch, you got the counting. I think just a little bit of the hand signs, but that takes a little practice. Yeah, good job. Thank you very much. All right, no more sightseeing quizzing today. Just so those of you probably know who haven't sung already before the first test, I haven't heard from Sammy or Kelsey yet. And I haven't heard from Kiana and Megan. There you go. Okay. So you guys are about the four that are left. So what is today, Tuesday? So half of you will probably be singing, 2 of you will probably be singing for me on Thursday. Okay. Just so that you make sure you look through the melodies that are assigned for that day, for Thursday. Okay. Moving right along. I want to, before we leave this sightseeing book for today, I want to look at rhythm for at least a good 10 minutes. So what you need to do is, could you turn back to page 4 in your books? Turn back to page 4. You do not have, well, hang on a second. Let me look at my Yeah, okay, what I just said, I take that back before. We don't have any melodies assigned for next class. So I guess the next batch of melodies, I guess I'll hear 2 of you, but that won't be until the following Tuesday. Yeah, okay. I got a day in here where I assign just rhythms and all right. Anyways, here we are on page 4, and the rhythms that you have assigned for next class, I think are 1, through 114. Yeah, 1.9 through 114. And the rhythms 1.9 and 110, they only have notes at the beat level, or actually longer notes that last for more than one beat. But starting with rhythms 111 and 114, we have rhythms that contain notes at the division of the beat level. At the division of the beat level. And this isn't rocket science, but for instance, if we have a note fall in the first beat and we say 1 for beat 1, if we have two notes fall in the first beat, we would say the beat number right at the beginning, 1, and then on the off beat we would say and. So I just have us say 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and, whatever the meter is. Okay? So let me see if I can illustrate one for you. For instance, if I want to demonstrate rhythm number 112, I always conduct my rhythms. Obviously, we don't need to hand sign any pitches or anything like that. I'm going to tap the 8th note, the division of the beat, since I'm used to that. You're not required to do that until starting next unit. But I like that to keep my conducting and my beats and my rhythm steady. And I see that rhythm 112 is in common time, which is the same as 4/4. So that means there are 4 quarter notes per measure, and the quarter note serves as the beat. And so what I would do is I would give myself 3 beats of preparation. So I do something like, I go in and say it, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Just like that. Can we all try that? Sorry, this thing really pokes into my face. Again, I'll leave it up to you whether you want to keep a steady tap of the division of the beat. You don't have to. I'm going to. But I would like you all to conduct using the 4 pattern, since we're in 4. And I'd like you to speak the rhythm with the beats and the ands now, the off beats. All right, let's try it from the beginning. I'll give us 3 beats to prepare. How about a tempo of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Just like that. Okay, how does that feel, the coordination aspect? Doing okay? It's not true across the board, but I would say the majority of my students over the years in Aural skills, they say they prefer doing rhythms rather than singing melodies. How do you feel about that? Is rhythm a little better, a little easier? All right, let's take a look at another one that you have assigned for next time. Well, you know what? No, let's do this. I want to do 112 again. This time I'll conduct and everything, but I'm not going to say the rhythm. I want to hear you speak the rhythm. Okay? Okay, so I'll just get you started, and I'll conduct with you, but I want you to speak the rhythm of 112. Here we go. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Yeah, okay, good. Good. I think it sounds a little more muffled than I'm used to. Number 1, because I'm in teaching in a bigger room than I'm used to. And number 2, we're all wearing masks, so all right, good. Let's now go to one more that's assigned for next time. Look at Look at rhythm 114, please. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to give you between 30 seconds and a minute. And I want you to look through 114 And I want you to think about how that would sound to you when you perform it in a few moments. In other words, I want you to use your mind's ear to direct what you're going to perform rather than to react to the notes. All right, let's see how we do. Again, we're going to be performing this, reading this for the first time, but we have looked at it ahead of time, so hopefully that'll help. What conducting pattern am I going to use for this? Yeah, the 3 pattern, okay? And you know that's down, to the right, and up. We do not have a pickup measure or beat, so I'll just give us a full measure of preparation and come in right in on the downbeat. How about a tempo of 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, and 3, and 1. 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1. Yeah, that's it. All right, thank you very much. Okay, what I want to do next is, it might take me a minute to bring this up, but I want to show you something that I have posted on Canvas for this class, okay? And for that, I'm going to need to turn this on. I'm going to need to turn this on. So, give me a minute or so. Usually what I tell my students, even though I don't have this food with me, take a milk and cookie break. I'm sorry I don't have milk and cookies, but maybe I won't be showing you. Let's try that input first. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I am in our Aural Skills 1 course. And let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. There we go. One thing, I can't remember, I must have told you something about this before. Did I mention to you that I wanted you to perform a rhythm and videotape yourself doing it? Did I ever mention that? this class? Okay. Well, because I'm not quizzing necessarily on rhythms, I'm just quizzing on melodies. One of the things I have here in Canvas is I have, under sight singing quizzes, I have something, it's marked in green there, Unit 1 Rhythm Quiz. Okay. And I can extend the due date. I thought I had mentioned this, but what I wanted you to do is I wanted you to perform one of the rhythms that we've been assigned this unit, and I would give you a specific rhythm. And I wanted you to videotape yourself, either with your phone or some other device. I wanted you to videotape yourself performing and speaking the rhythm, conducting and speaking it. And then I wanted you to send me your video through Canvas here, so I can get, because we don't have time in class necessarily to do all these things. But then I wanted you to send it to me in Canvas, and then I could grade it at a later date. So, well, let me see. Let me go to, hang on a second. Let me go to what it would look like from your view, from a student view. Give me one moment here. Yeah. Maybe yours looks a little something like this when you log in. So if you go to assignments over in the left here, one of the things you've got there, upcoming assignments there, it says Unit 1 Rhythm Quiz. Do you see that? So what you would do is you would click on the title. And I have everything explained in here for you. I don't know if I need to read everything here, but basically I'm asking you to do this with the assigned rhythm. Number 1, say the name of the beat or offbeat on which each note falls. Number 2, conduct the rhythm using the appropriate conducting pattern for the time signature. I'm not requiring you to tap the division of the beat with your left hand. And then I was hoping that after practicing the one rhythm I've assigned to you, videotape yourself performing it as accurately as you can using your phone or another device, and then submit your video to me through Canvas. Now, I was hoping that this could be done no later than midnight on Thursday this week. But since I didn't tell you ahead of time, I can extend the due date on that if you need to. That's perfectly fine. Anyways, these are the rhythms that I assigned everyone. I don't know if you can see that from there. Libby, I gave you rhythm 114. In fact, I think we just did that a few minutes ago. Caitlin's not here. I gave her rhythm 113. Glenn, I gave you rhythm 1.9. Sammy, rhythm 1.6. Kelsey, rhythm 1.5. Lauren, rhythm 114. Becca, I gave you rhythm 113. Kiana, rhythm 19. Nicolette's not here. Shaylee's not here. Tyler, I gave you 114. And then Megan, I gave you 113. So there's obviously some overlap. I didn't assign like every single one. Okay, so who has questions about this? Do y'all have a device, whether it's your phone or something else, to do like it'll be like a 2-minute recording maximum or something like that if you just do it in your rhythm. Y'all have something to tape with, videotape with. Okay. When you're done with that rhythm, when you taped yourself, all you do is you just go up here and click Submit Assignment, and it should let you upload your file. It should let you upload your file. Why am I still wearing this infernal mask? I don't know. Any comments or questions? If you can, submit this to me by Thursday before midnight. That'd be great. If you can't, then what I'll do is I'll just go into Canvas and I'll extend the deadline so it's still visible to you and you can still submit your assignment. Okay? I really technically don't need it until we're almost at the end of the unit. But I wanted to. I looked at my schedule the assignment sheet originally, and I said, well, maybe September 3rd would be good because that's when I'm assigning just rhythms. And that's the last day I'm assigning rhythms for you this unit. So anyways, does everyone have access to Canvas that you can go into this, you can find which rhythm I've assigned to you and then videotape it and upload it, I hope? All right, well, do let me know if you have any questions between now and when you videotape or when you send your videotape to me. I'd be happy to explain it. I'd be happy to help you. So, yeah, just let me know when that time comes. Okay, the last thing I'd like to do today is I'd like to talk about something new. I'd like to talk about an interval today. In this class, what we do is we listen for intervals of various sizes, and we identify intervals just by hearing them as to what size they are. Now, we haven't gotten to intervals in theory yet, and we will soon enough this semester. But what I can tell you is that in music, an interval is a measurement of the distance between two pitches. An interval is the measurement of the distance between two pitches. And we're going to begin identifying intervals by ear in this class. We're going to begin with just the smallest intervals we have, the half step and the whole step. Just those two, the half step and the whole step. Okay. I don't really talk about this in written theory yet until we get to intervals per se, but there are a few other names for the half step and the whole step. If any of you are familiar with intervals, the half step, which is the smallest interval or distance we have between two pitches in music, is also called or referred to as the minor second. Have any of you ever heard of that? It means the same thing. A half step is the same distance as a minor second. Okay? And the whole step in music, which is obviously twice as large as the half step, that is referred to in music as the major second, capital M, with a 2. That's the symbol for it, the major second. Okay? As you do know from theory, right, half steps and whole steps are the building blocks of all scales, right? So it might be a good idea for us to practice identifying, being able to hear the difference in these step sizes using just our ears, since they are the building blocks of all the scales. Recall that the half step in a major scale occurs between mi and fa, or between scale degrees 3 and 4. And the half step also occurs in the major scale between ti and do, or between scale degrees 7 and 8. Okay? And it's, as I said, the half step is the smallest interval we have in our Western music system. Let's go ahead. I think it's helpful also to sing these small intervals before we identify them by ear. Can we, let me establish a key for us. Let's pretend that that's do. And can we just sing do down to T? And feel how small of a space that is. Ready? Do, T. Now let's do T up to do. Ready? T, do. Very small, just slight gradation in pitch. If you've ever, I can show you this, or tell you this a little bit later, but if you've ever heard of the that is a half step. That's a minor second interval. Okay? So that's one thing that you can use to maybe associate with that step to identify the half step. Now, the whole step, as we know, occurs between all the other scale degrees, just not between 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 in a major scale. I think a good place for remembering the sound of a whole step is between scale degrees 1 and 2. between do and re. So again, if we're in C major, this is our do. Here's the sound of a whole step. Can we all sing do to re? Ready? Do, re. Now let's do the reverse. Re, do. Okay. So this is a whole step. This is a half step. You get the difference. Okay. What I do to help us train or practice identifying intervals by ear is I usually play an interval twice on the piano. Usually I play it once as a harmonic entity. In other words, I might play something like this. And then after that, then I play it as two separate notes, for instance. And just by hearing it twice, first as with the notes together, and then second as the notes separate, I'm hoping that as we go through this and practice this, you'll be able to identify these interval sizes by ear. Okay? Does anyone want to take a stab and guess what this interval is?
It's minor second, right?
That's right, it's a minor second or half step. Yeah, very good. Sounded like the same key that I was playing. Okay, there are several familiar tunes that begin with either a half step or a whole step. And these tunes can help you sometimes distinguish between the two sounds. So one thing that I've got for you, I can show you a website maybe on another date when we have more time. But one thing I've got for you is a handout with some of them are familiar melodies. Some of them are really old melodies that none of us probably know or remember how they go anymore. But I'm going to give this to you anyways. What it does is it has some melodies that begin with all the various sizes of all these intervals, whether they start going up or they go down. Okay? So I'm going to give you one of these. I'd like you to hang on to this for the entire semester and refer to it if you need to. Maybe some of these tunes will jog your memory and help you associate certain sounds with certain interval sizes. So if you look on this handout, you see the first row going across is all about minor seconds or half steps. A somewhat familiar song that starts with an ascending half step. You guys know how the Beatles song It's Been a Hard Day's Night goes? You have no idea, huh? Well, I guess you'll have to use Jaws then as your reference point. Descending minor seconds. If you know how Joy to the World starts, or O Little Town of Bethlehem, or even Fur Elise, any of those will work. That begins with a descending minor second or half step. The major second is the next row. Boy, there are tons of songs that start with whole steps. Ascending whole steps, you could pick any of those are pretty familiar, right? I think I know all of those. Silent Night, Happy Birthday, Frere Jacques, any of those will work. And then descending major seconds or whole steps, those are found at the beginning of Mary Had a Little Lamb, Deck the Halls Away in the Manger, blah, blah, blah. And you can see the rest of those. Okay? If you don't believe me, you can try to blink these out on the piano. What interval is this? That should be an ascending major second or a whole step, right? Because I can hear a major scale starting with those notes. And if I can hear a scale starting with those notes, then I know it's a major second versus a minor second. Because no scale that we know of starts with an opening half step, right? I hope some of this is making sense to you. What we're going to gonna need to do is we're gonna need to practice a little of this. Do you all have your ear training book with you today? I'd like you to take it out and turn to page dos. Page 2. Okay, on page 2, we don't have obviously time to do every single interval on this page, but the intervals on this page are only, you can see at the top, major and minor seconds, half steps or whole steps. Now, when I play intervals for you to identify, all I need you to do is fill in the blank below the staff with a minor second or a major second. I do not require you to write the notes in the staff, okay? Not in this class. In theory, we'll do the intervals, we'll write the notes in the staff and all that. So all I need you to do is in the blank, depending on what you hear, write minor second and major second. And for those of you that were in class, theory class the other day, yesterday, what does the M with the line over it mean? Yeah, it means lowercase m, small m, versus the capital M. Because I always get students that will write something like this. What's that?
Not even an M.
Is it uppercase or lowercase? Yeah, I can't really tell. So to be ultra clear, I usually use the line over the little m to distinguish it from the large M. Okay, can we try, I think we might have time to at least do some of the bottom ones here. Can we try maybe 16 through 25-ish? Okay, so we're going to start down on the bottom where it says 16. And I told you I play these intervals twice. First with the notes together, and then again the same interval with the notes separated. So 16 sounds like this. If you use your gut reaction, that is usually a better instinct than, trying, well, I want you to think about it also, but sometimes your gut reaction is right on the money. Here's the notes separate. Let's try number 17. Just write minor second or major second in the blank. Number 18. Number 19. Number 20. Incidentally, both the minor second and the major second, they sound, what we call in music, they sound dissonant. They sound kind of harsh. But to me, the minor second sounds even a little bit harsher than the major second, because in the minor second, the notes are even closer smushed together than they are in the major second. Maybe we won't have time to do a few more. Number 20, what am I on? 21. I just want to save a few minutes at the end here so we can go over the answers. We don't need to finish this. All right, let's see how you did. I know this is probably your first attempt at identifying intervals by ear. Number 16. I hope you had minor second. Minor second. That one was this. Okay, number 17. I hope you had major second. That's the one right there. Number 18 was a minor second. It's just a half step apart. Number 19 was a major second. And number 20 was also a major second. Number 21 was another major second. And finally, the last one we did was number 22. That is a minor second. I tell my students that to make sure that I wake up in the morning for class, that I don't skip my alarm, I set my alarm to this sound. But wouldn't that make you get out of bed, right? Jump right out of bed. Incidentally, if you guys know the tune Chopsticks, that one starts with a major second. It's a whole step, right? And it goes to other intervals. The Chopsticks starts with a whole step. Now, your ear training assignment for next class is to listen to all of the seconds on page 1 of your ear training book. And do your best to identify whether or not you hear a minor second or a major second. I believe you'll be able to click on or play each of those intervals as many times as you want for practice. But that's where we're starting. We're starting with the smallest pair of intervals and distinguishing between those two. Okay? So you got some rhythms to your sightseeing book to practice for Thursday, and you've got your intervals to listen to in your ear training for Thursday. Any of you that want to videotape your assigned rhythm, please feel free to do that. But I can extend the date as I said for that. So, does anyone need to see their assigned rhythm number? All right, then let's stop for today.
Mr. Armstrong.